Sa ginanap na pagdinig ng Senate Committee on Migrant Workers, kinastigo ni Sen. Idol Rafi Tulfo ang consultancy firm na Alpha Assistenza na inaakusahang ng bibiktima ng mga Pinoy na nagpaplanong magtrabaho sa Italy na pag-alaman na nasa mahigit 400 sa mga biktima nito ang nagbayad ng hindi bababa sa 120,000 pesos ngunit hindi naman nakatanggap ng trabaho. Formal lang nagsampa ng kaso ang 67 complainants sa Department of Justice upang mapanagot ang nasabi.
But first and foremost, may I congratulate you to continue to stand up for our OFWs. And yun yung una kong concern na every time tingin natin wala nang scam, meron na naman bago. I could not forget, Mr. Chair, nung tumayo ka sa floor, nagkwekwentuhan lang tayo. And may mga governor, I think may senator pa, mayors na nagsascam tungkol sa piyesta. But bakit masyado akong concerned sa nangyari dito at thankful sa chairman and of course kay Senator Risa for taking it up. First, because ang target is our national treasures, the OFW. Hirap na sila, tapos ganito pa nangyayari.
Si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano ay isa ring abogado at diplomat, ay nagsilbing ika-26 na kalihim ng ugnayang panlabas sa Pilipinas o Department of Foreign Affairs. Ang kanyang panunungkulan sa tungkuling sa ilalim ng Administrasyong Duterte ay nagtagal mula Mayo 18, 2017, nang siya ay umupo sa panunungkulan hanggang Oktubre 17, 2018. Sa kanyang panahon bilang kalihim ng ugnayang panlabas, gumanap siya ng mahalagang papel sa pagkatawan sa mga interes ng bansa sa pandaigdigang yugto at pakikibahagi sa diplomatikong relasyon sa ibang mga bansa.
You're putting all the onus on Conjen Cato when as early as August, alam nyo na lahat na meron to. And my questions will prove my point. I'm also concerned whether this was a demolition job by some people in Tribune or whether this was a legitimate press freedom issue of bringing out this issue. If it was a demolition job, I will ask you questions, Ms. Fernandez, don't worry. If it was a demolition job, a PR job, bakit kayo sa DFA at migrant workers, di kayo nagsasalita para sa empleyado nyo? Ngayon, kung hindi naman to demolition job, bakit nyo hindi dinidisiplina ang inyong sariling worker? Diba? Dalawa lang naman yun eh. So what's my main point? Tiwala sa gobyerno. Nawawalan yung OFW ng tiwala sa gobyerno dahil sa nangyayaring ganito eh.
Before na po nating reactions yung mga complainants, like I said kanina, I'd like to recognize the presence of Senator Alan Peter Cayetano. Senator Cayetano, meron ho ba kayong opening statement?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll yield after yung sabay ko na po sa mga tanong kung okay, Mr.
Okay,
Chairman.
sige.
Thank you po.
Go ahead. Sinong gusto magsalita sa mga complainants? Miss Apple?
Your Honor,
Kabasis.
tulad nga po ng sabi ko, nandito po ako sa Pilipinas. So yung inalahad po ni Conjen Cato, hindi ko po masasabi kung ano po.
Okay.
Or meron ba sa mga victim survivors natin na nandito sa Pilipinas na may feedback mula sa mga kamag-anak or kaibigan or kakilala na naging biktima ng Alpha Assistenza sa Italy na or sa Milan in particular simula Marso nung nakaraang taon. Kung meron mang silang naikwento sa inyo na maaring feedback pang-validate o pagbigay ng iba pang facts dun sa sinalaysay ni Conjen na timeline ng mga pangyayari.
Ayun lang po yung sinabi nila na August last week nga daw po nag-report na sila. And nung nagpa-Daily Tribune kami, may mga nababasa pa kami sa group chat na para naman daw pong walang nangyayari. So siguro nagkulang po si Conjen sa pakikipag-usap sa mga biktima. Kasi ang kwento po ng iba pag pumupunta sila, secretary lang yung nakakausap. Kaya hindi rin po sila, actually nung nagpa-media po kami, halos biktima po sa Milan na nag-push po sa amin. Wala na daw pong pag-asa. Wala daw po silang makitang pag-asa.
So August po dumating sa inyo yung ganyang mga feedback na parang walang nangyayari at secretary lang nakakausap sa
Opo, September po
konsulado.
namin nababasa. September po namin yung nababasa sa mga group chat po.
Okay, so August or
Madam Chair, can
September.
I react?
Opo.
Salamat, Mr. Chair.
Excuse me. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Cato.
Pwede po malaman kay Miss Apple kung sino po yung nagsasabing hindi po namin inasikaso. Kailangan po may names po tayo kasi hindi po natin malalaman yung totoo dito kung sino po yung mga complainants. Are these real people or are these
No,
Those
yung
complainants.
sinasabi niya po, tuwing pupunta sila sa tanggapan ninyo, never niya kayong nakausap ng mga complainant, palagi secretary ninyo.
Hindi po totoo yan. Ako po mismo yung humarap sa mga complainants when they first arrived. And I also met personally the other complainants who came in. They're constantly updated. Hindi lang po namin pwedeng sabihin yung ongoing investigation natin sa kanila. But we constantly notify them of what's
Sir, kung
going on.
nakakausap niyo po siya, si Miss Apple, so sana hindi na siya pumunta sa media. Ba't pa siya pupunta sa media kung nakakausap na kayo?
Hindi ko po alam. Sino pong nagpapunta sa kanila sa media yung dapat po natin itanong. Dahil sabi ko po kanina, Mr. Chairman, I was interviewed by the Tribune September 7. And I disclosed the investigation that we were
Okay.
doing.
Sige po.
I disclosed the steps that we were taking, but yet they did not include that in their reporting.
Okay, Miss
May
Apple,
interview rin po sila, Your Honor. May interview rin po ang usapang OFW where one of the complainants said, contrary to what the previous speaker was saying, Conjen, actually, inasikaso po kami. Inupuan po kami ni Conjen, naghintay lang kami ng ilang oras dahil galing siya sa malayo, pero umupo pa siya doon. And sinabi pa po niya, and it's in the case I filed, that siguro po natulungan ng konsulado mga 200. So kaya po, I don't know why
Sandali po, sino po itong
si
nagsasabi
Merlinda Untalan po.
na tulungan niyo sila?
And Merlinda Untalan was one of the complainants. She was interviewed by Usapang OFW. Now, what really bothers me is that the accusations that I did not act come from people without names. And they never specified what kind of inaction we did. Never po nila, ba sinabi, inupuan lang po. Walang details. So yun po yung gusto namin malaman para kung nagkulang man po kami, malalaman namin at ma-address po namin yan.
Okay, Mr. Cato, maaaring totoo nga po na kayo po ay nakakausap ng ilang mga complainants sa inyong tanggapan. It doesn't mean na itong si Miss Apple nagsisinungaling. Kung talagang hindi niya kayo naabutan tuwing pupunta siya, then that's probably is a fact.
The only way to do that, Your Honor, is for them to produce that person.
Miss Apple, sinabi mo, di ba, pupunta ka sa opisina ni Mr. Cato, palaging wala siya doon at secretary na nakausap?
Your Honor, hindi po ako nagsabi. Yung mga biktima po sa Milan.
Ay, yung mga victim.
Opo. Sa Milan
Na
po.
yung mga victim lumapit sa'yo.
Opo, nagtanong din naman po kami sa kanila. Kasi nung pumasok po kami ng Daily Tribune, naging fair naman po kami sa pagtatanong. Kasi kung hindi nga po kami naging fair, hindi dapat na-interview si Miss Untalan.
So ibig sabihin, dalawang grupo. Yung may grupo ng mga victims na sabi mo hindi ini-entertain Mr. Cato at meron din grupo na nagsasabing ini-entertain sila Mr. Cato at in fact, 200 sa kanila ay natulungan na.
Opo, may mga tao po nagsasabi na gano'n. Meron din pong tao na nagsasabi na secretary lang daw po.
Senator,
Mr. Chairman, may I ask some questions?
go ahead po.
Yeah. So, Mr. Chairman, may I frame muna yung aking concerns. But first and foremost, may I congratulate you to continue to stand up for our OFWs. And yun yung una kong concern na every time tingin natin wala nang scam, meron na naman bago. I could not forget, Mr. Chair, nung tumayo ka sa floor, nagkwekwentuhan lang tayo. And may mga governor, I think may senator pa, mayors na nagsascam tungkol sa piyesta. At sinabi mo nga, ako never ako magpapaskam sa mga yan. And it happened na yung nagsascam kasi, mga pangalan at phone number. And in fact, Mr. Chair, sa akin, may naghingi ng pera, gumamit ng mga pangalan ng ambassador. Tapos yung number na nag-text sa akin, number sa New Zealand at Australia na nagsasabing sila yung ambassador na kilala ko. Buti na lang chinek ko, nasa Pilipinas na. So ang point ko lang, yes, the scams are out there. And nakakalungkot na talagang ang tina-target yung OFWs. Okay. But bakit masyado akong concerned sa nangyari dito at thankful sa chairman and of course kay Senator Risa for taking it up? First, because ang target is our national treasures, the OFW. Hirap na sila, tapos ganito pa nangyayari. And just for a background, Mr. Chair, marami kasing bansa and Yusek De Vega or DFA or Yusek Olalia can correct me. Marami kasing bansa, pag nawalan ng trabaho yung OFW, they have to go home. Dito na sila kailangan mag-apply. So nung wala pang Department of Migrant Workers, the DFA was working hard with the host countries na pwede bang may palugid kayong time pag nandyan yung mga OFW para hindi na nila kailangang umuwi. Makahanap sila ng trabaho. Ang problema, dun ngayon pumasok yung scam. So may mga bansa na maluwag sila sa Pilipino na hindi pinapauwi right away, may mga nag-iimbento that they can, for money, get them jobs. Okay. Second, I'm very much concerned how both the Department of Foreign Affairs and Migrant Workers has handled this. You're putting all the onus on Conjen Cato when as early as August, alam nyo na lahat na meron to. And my questions will prove my point. Last 2 points, Mr. Chair. I'm also concerned whether this was a demolition job by some people in Tribune or whether this was a legitimate press freedom issue of bringing out this issue. If it was a demolition job, I will ask you questions, Ms. Fernandez, don't worry. If it was a demolition job, a PR job, bakit kayo sa DFA at migrant workers, hindi kayo nagsasalita para sa empleyado nyo? Oh, ngayon, kung hindi naman to demolition job, bakit nyo hindi dinidisiplina ang inyong sariling worker? Diba? Dalawa lang naman yun eh. So what's my main point? Tiwala sa gobyerno. Nawawalan yung OFW ng tiwala sa gobyerno dahil sa nangyayaring ganito eh. Dapat August solved na to eh. Kung nagpanik kayo sa DMW at DFA na may ganitong scam at tumulong kayo, tapos na to. Kung may ginawang masama si Conjen Cato, dapat tinanggal nyo na. Or sa sunod-sunod na banat ng Tribune, nilabas nyo yung investigasyon nyo. May investigasyon naman kayo eh. Yes or no, Yusek De Vega? You have an investigation, di ba? Yes or no lang? Yes or
Your
no?
Honor,
Go ahead.
I was there for the, actually, it wasn't an investigation, more than a fact-finding.
Oh yes.
I
So you had the
wasn't
fact finding,
invest-
yes
I
or
wasn't
no?
Yes.
Oh, and was Elmer Cato cleared? Yes or no?
Sir, I was not there to accuse him of anything.
No, I'm not
I didn't
talking
accuse
about you. I'm talking about DFA. I have limited time, Yusek. So I just want a straight answer. Was he cleared or is he guilty?
There's no evidence that he made money out of this thing or
Okay.
anything. It seems that, well.
Did he drop
efforts
the
were-
ball in the investigation? Or was he on it?
Ganito po nangyari po, if I may.
No. Yeah, straight lang naman to
No.
eh. Kung baga sa ruling, you can submit it later. Gusto ko lang yung dulo ng ruling. So there's no evidence that he got any money. Oh, yung mga sinabi niya dito kay Senator Tulfo, na as early as August, humingi ng abogado, etc. Totoo yun? Hindi.
Yes.
Okay, so let me stop there. Pero wala kayong, sumagot ba kayo sa Tribune? Kinall out niyo ba yung Tribune na sinisira nila ang DFA? Hindi lang naman si Elmer ang ano eh. When I was secretary, inuutusan ko si Elmer. Elmer, pag may bumanat sa ambassador ko or sa congen ko, sagutin nyo kung tama sila. Kasi don't let it fester. Di ba? Nabubuo yung public opinion ng tao eh. Oh, so let me now go to my question. When I was secretary, we increased the legal assistance fund from 100 to 250 million pesos. And we totally changed the guidelines. Dati, kailangan may kaso na yung OFW bago mo pwede bigyan ng abogado. Under the new guidelines, when I was secretary, so old na yon dahil 2018 pa yon, nangungonsulta pa lang pwede na, di ba? And during that time, the ambassador was authorized to go ahead and get it. It was a simple text message to Yusek Sara, tapos go na. So let me ask, bakit August 30 ang request? Bakit inapprove nyo ng bakit November pa nagka-abogado? And this is, let me, preliminary question to that. Trabaho ba ng DMW ngayon yan o trabaho ng DFA? Yung magbigay ng abogado. Kaninong trabaho yon?
Answer, Mr. Yusek De Vega.
Yes, sir. Technically, dahil OFW sila, dapat sa DMW.
Okay,
But
DMW, bakit hindi nyo binigyan ng abogado? Ni-requestan kayo ang aga-aga pa, August 30.
Your Honor, meron po. Meron po kaming hinire na abogado sa Italy at meron na po silang abogado.
What date, sir?
The very first time we came to know of the incident, a fact-finding team was sent there and the fact-finding members hired a lawyer immediately. Your
When, sir? When?
Tapos pinagbibintang na, ba't ang tagal ng abogado? Ang tagal ng report eh.
Baka may online, Mr. Chairman. So, Dr. Lalia, because I have limited time, I want to get to the bottom of this. The Chairman and Sen. Risa are just being gracious to me. Give me the dates. Kailan nyo nalaman na may scam at kailan kayo nakahire ng abogado?
Your Honor, the team went there in second week of October.
Oh,
And then-
August pa lang sinabi na eh. Di ba may tao naman kayo doon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Conjen Cato, ilan ang Pilipino sa Milan?
About more than 100,000,
Ilan ang Pilipino sa Italy?
about 167,000.
So, isa sa pinakamalaki sa Europe?
Opo.
Okay, Yusek Olalia, magkaibigan tayo ha, but let me be forefront dito sa hearing na to ha. Meron ba kayong senior official doon sa Italy? May labor attaché kayo nung August last year?
Yes, Your Honor. Meron po. Wala.
Oh, Mr. Chairman, please note, hindi alam ni Yusek na wala silang senior official doon. Kaya nagkaganito, kasi trabaho nyo yan eh. At isa sa pinakamalaki ang Pilipino sa Italy. Hindi alam ng ating mga kababayan, hindi trabaho ng Congen yung issue na to. So, Miss Apple, trabaho to ng DMW. Ang problema, pag nagmamarites, kailangan mag-research. Di ba? Chat group. So let me stop at you first and go to Miss Apple. Miss Apple, alin sa mga sinasabi mo sa Tribune ay personal knowledge mo at ilan doon ay chismis lang na napakinggan mo lang?
Yun tungkol lang po kay Crisel Respicio.
Ang ano yon? Yun lang ang...
Yun lang po yung sinabi ko sa Daily Tribune. Yung iba naman po sumbong na po ng...
Kaya nga, so chismis.
Sumbong po.
Ano kaibahan ng sumbong at saka chismis?
Sumbong nangyari po talaga sa kanila.
So paano alam mo na tunay na nangyari?
Hindi lang po isa ang nagsabi.
So 400 ang nabiktima dito lang na to. Ilan ang estimate na nabiktima sa buong Milan ng mga patronato? Sabihin mong 1,200. Kaya ba ng Congen harapin ang 1,200 na tao? Oh, so bakit kayo nagko-complain na hindi naharap personally?
So hindi na...
'Di ba?
Your Honor, hindi...
Ang mga senador ba hinaharap ba namin kayo lahat personally? Gusto namin. But there are 110 million Filipinos. So yun nga ang sinasabi kapag ka-chismis kasi. 'Di ba? So kung grupo-grupo yon, haharapin ng Congen yung leader ng mga grupo. Iba yung hindi inaasikaso, iba yung hindi hiniharap. Yung Secretary ba ng Justice, hinaharap ba niya lahat ng complainant? Oh, 'di ba? So ano yung totoong sinabi niyo sa Tribune at ano hindi? So sinabi niyo ba sa Tribune na kumikita si So may I ask Mr. Hernandez, sino
Mr. Chair,
sinasabi niyo na
With the indulgence of Senator Alan. Mr. Chair,
Senator Rizzo.
if I just may, gusto kong mas pahalagahan yung sinasabi ni Miss Apple sa atin mula nung nakaraang hearing na maaring hindi lahat ay personal knowledge na sinabi naman niya, may mga sinabi sila na reklamo sa kanila at nirelay lamang nila. Pero ito po ay yung marami din ay masasabi nating personal knowledge niya, karanasan niya either sa sarili niya or sa mga kababayan sa Milan na nagkwento sa kanya. So ito po
Sir
may
Chair,
higit
magkaiba
na
po yung
halaga.
personal knowledge at yung kwento.
Okay
Hindi
po,
po personal
pero-
knowledge yun.
All right.
So
I'm
we're
not
lawyers here, so we
discussing-
have to make that
I am
diba?
not a lawyer, Mr. Chair,
Yeah,
pero
but
ang sinasabi
this is a
ko
legal
po,
matter, so we have
well,
to be
hindi lang
clear
po
about
ito
it.
legal matter, pati po para sa akin bilang author sa isa sa mga resolusyon na gusto kong pahalagahan yung sinasabi niya na Miss Apple.
Yes, but
mula
Senator
kay-
Risa, if I
Senator,
go
if I
here
may
and
just complete.
say na kwento ng mga tao tungkol kay Risa, magre-react ka eh.
Mr.
Career to ng mga taga-DFA, hindi
Mr.
pwedeng
Chair,
chismis or
no,
hearsay ang gagawin
yun-
natin dito.
Doon ako
No,
pinaka
I'll go there if you
So,
allow
Mr.
me
Chair,
after Mr. Hernandez.
y-
Babalikan ko sila.
y-
Na-interrupt kasi yung trend ng pagtatanong ko sa kanila.
I am
Hindi
sorry
ko kayo
about
interrupt
that.
eh.
But
1 minute
may I just
suspension?
complete? May I, Mr.
1 minute
Chair,
suspension muna.
may I just complete para kay Miss Apple? May I just complete? Yan ang halaga at respeto yung sinasabi ng resource person natin na hindi lamang chismis. So that was the main point of my interjection. Thank
I'm
you,
sorry
Mr.
for that,
Chair.
Madam Chair. I'm zealous
you,
about PFA
Sen.
and DMC.
Alan.
I'm sorry for that. Miss Apple, hindi ko po...
Senator Alan Peter, kasi ganito rin sa akin din bilang isang media practitioner at meron akong programa Wanted sa radyo. Tama ka, meron yung tinatawag na personal knowledge. Meron naman din yung lumalapit sa akin para magsumbong. I don't have personal knowledge of their experience kasi wala naman ako doon. Pero I took their word for it because pumunta sila sa akin, nagsasabi na sila ay nasaktan ni so-and-so at nagpapakita ng mga dokumento. So yun ay valid sa akin.
Ang kaibahan, Mr. Chair, ikaw, tatawagan mo yung opisyal, tatanungin mo siya. So, kung mo, nagsumbong ako sa iyo, Sir Tulfo, mukhang kumikita na si El Mercato, hindi niya inuupuan. Tatawagan niyo po siya. Kung mukhang guilty, didiinan niyo po siya. Pag hindi, hindi. Eto po, meron na writings of a hatchet job, which by the way, Mr. Chair, that's what I want to go to. But I will tell Miss Apple nga na hindi ko minamaliit yung experience OFW malasakit mo. I'm just putting it together with what happened sa Tribune. If you give me lang a few questions, Mr. Chair, I'll prove my point. No? Pero hindi ko minamaliit yung inyong, in fact, I thank you for coming forward kasi nakakatulong to sa mga taga-Milan. I thank you for having time for a chat group. Sinasabi ko lang, kung 5 na nabasa mo ay totoo, pagka yung 1 o 2 hindi mo sure at sinabi mo sa dyaryo, naapektuhan yung buong testimony mo. So kung may magsumbong kay Chairman Tulfo, inaapi yung 300 OFW at mukhang totoo yun, isumbong mo. Sinabi, Mr. Chairman, kinunan ng tigpa 500 yung mga OFW. Totoo yun, sumbong mo. Pero sinabi, Mr. Chairman, yung DFA Secretary, inupuan. Yung migrant workers, inupuan. Si ganito, inupuan. Tapos pag tinanong ka, paano mo alam inupuan? Sinabi lang po nila. Pero sinabi naman po nung iba, hinarap sila. Nadadamage yung testimony mo eh. Diba? So, but let me go to Mr. Hernandez. No? Mr. Hernandez, so when you made those articles about Mr. Cato, no? Sinong kino-quote mo sa mga ano natin dito ngayon?
There were several po na
No, those are present now.
from those present, Enrico, Vanessa,
Ang kinote mo sa kanila,
Jeffrey.
which specific ang kinote mo sa kanila? Na kumikita na siya, inuupuan niya, or what?
Wala doon sa walang kumikita. Yung inuupuan quote doon sa yung Alpha 400 na yung story, yung Recall Cato, meron doon
Yeah. So you came out with a series of articles
yes po.
basically condemning na Conjen Cato.
No, I was not condemning Conjen Cato.
So when you say alisin na siya dahil revamp, when you say na mukhang guilty kasama na and everything ganun, that's not condemning.
It was quoted, sir, dito sa sa articles. Sa Alpha 400.
Hindi naman tayo pinanganak kahapon eh. Kahit naman mag-quote ka nung iba eh. Kung 10 ang pwede ko i-quote dito at yung kinote kong isa, dapat mag-resign na si Mr. Fernandez dahil hatchet job ang Tribune. And then I publish that. 'Di ba? I cannot now say that hindi tira 'yon, hindi ano 'yon. 'Di ba? Yung it's how you latag the news, paano nyo i-angle yung news. So let me clarify Ms. Fernandez. Who broke the news? Kayo or si Yusek? Kasi iba si Conjen, iba yung nasa transcript eh. Sa transcript, you interviewed him sa earthquake lang and then found out about the scam later on.
Correct.
Sa kanya, ang sinabi niya na sa interview, siya ang naglabas ng scam.
In-interview namin siya noong September 7 para pag-usapan yung tungkol sa earthquake. If you will allow it, Your Honor, meron kami dalang video dito para maipakita sana yung interview ni Conjen Cato where he also broke there. Tinanong kasi yung tungkol, may sinabi siyang 400.
No, that's all I have to know.
Yeah.
So, siya ang nag-break, hindi kayo.
Precisely, kaya finalo up namin, Your Honor.
Yeah, but
Yes.
hindi yun yung una yung testimony eh. Yung una yung testimony, yung una mong interview sa kanya tungkol lang sa earthquake. Let me finish please.
Go ahead.
Nung nilabas nyo na yung tungkol sa scam sa Milan, hindi nyo na siya mahuli.
That's
Hindi,
correct.
but that's not what happened. What happened was, in your first interview, siya ang naglabas na meron, and then off the air, sinabi niya sa iyo, ma'am, pasensya na ha, hindi ko mabibigay yung details kasi under investigation to. Hindi ba yun ang nangyari talaga?
Your Honor, if you will allow me, we have these subpoenas,
No,
the documents.
I don't need that because you already admitted eh. Ang tanong ko lang naman is in your first interview, did he already bring up the scam or not? You already said he brought it up.
He did, but I did not interview him. It's Alan and Mr. John
Yes.
Dodson. Yes.
So he was the one who broke
He
it.
brought it, yes. He
Yes.
brought it out. That's why they came out.
Okay.
Kaya sila lumabas. Dahil nakita nila si Conjen Cato na nandun sa usapang OFW, so nakipag-contact sa amin yung mga nabiktima, and that's how we started it. And then we tried to call Conjen Cato para sagutin nga ito at i-endorse yung mga complaint. Ayaw niya magsalita. So that's the story, Your Honor.
No, that's your story.
That's the
No,
real story, Your
no,
Honor.
that's one side of the story.
No,
That's
Your
your
Honor,
story.
that's the real story.
You know, kahit magpalakasan tayo ng boses dito, it will be
I
the...
warn you, you don't have the right to raise your voice in this hearing. You don't have the right.
Apologies, Your Honor.
You're used to
Chairman.
that kasi. Can Mr. Fernandez also
No,
take the seat?
Mga resource person, wala kayong karapatan na magtaas ng boses dito. Okay? Ang pwede magtaas ng boses siguro yung nagtatanong sa inyo, pero kayo hindi pwede. Okay?
Mr. Chairman, I will also moderate my voice so that I will be respectful. That's why I premise my question, my concern. If this was a PR demolition job, then dapat nag-react ang DFA. If this was a legitimate, dapat siya kinasuhan. And I already asked, they cleared him. So may I ask that Mr. Willie Fernandez, who was also invited, also take the seat, and if he has already taken the oath, Mr. Chair, may questions din lang ako. Ay, ma'am, pwedeng sabay na lang po.
Sige, Comsec, nag-vote na ba? Si Mr. Tapos na, Senator
Yeah.
Alan.
So let's clear the facts, ha? So in-interview niyo si Mr. Cato at kaibigan niyo siya, correct?
That's true,
Oo.
Your Honor.
Mr. Fernandez, would you like to Happy Valentine's?
Happy Valentine, Your Honor.
Yeah. So kaibigan niyo rin po si Mr. Elmer Cato.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So nung in-interview niyo, everything was well. Siya po ang nag-reveal na meron scam.
Tama ho yan.
Tama. Okay.
Teka muna po, hindi po ako nag-interview.
Yes po. Tribune po. Yung program po ng Tribune. Okay. So, going back to Mr. Hernandez and the writers who wrote and nag-banner about him. Sa isang tao na uupuan niya yung scam, before nyo in-interview, humingi na siya ng abogado. Nung interview nyo, siya nagsabi sa inyo na may scam eh. So mukha ba yung isang tao na inuupuan yung kaso?
Your Honor,
Opo.
pinupuri ko nga po siya. Sabi ko po sa kanila, kung sinabi sa akin, ang galing ni Elmer Cato, kaibigan ko yan.
Yes.
Ngayon po, nung subsequent, nakita ko kasi ng mga so-called victims, no? With quotation mark. Yung interview kay Conjan Cato, naglabasan po sila. Kasi si Conjan Cato, mahal ko yan. In the same manner that, pagkakasama tayo eh. You see? I really miss the good days, Your Honor. Di ba? Naglabasan po yung mga tao. Anong gagawin po namin?
Yeah. Sige, let's go through that. Let's go through that, Mr. Fernandez. So, okay yun. So, because of what he said, naglabasan.
Opo.
So, dahil you're a legitimate news organization, you have to interview them.
Yes,
Diba?
sir.
Okay. Now, when you interview them, hindi ba dapat, kung may allegation sila against Mr. Cato, i-interviewin niyo naman siya?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Ginawa po yan, sir.
No. I'll ask muna the question, sir. So, dapat in-interview siya. Di ba? Okay. Pero hindi ba nauna yung banner painting him as in the pockets of bago niya hiningan siya ng comment?
I don't think so, sir.
So,
Because nung hindi po siya makontak si Elmer Cato.
sino yung unang banner?
Di ba,
Sino sumulat nun?
Sumusulat po si Alan at saka
Alan, kailan mo siya hiningan ng comment? Sorry, Mr. Chairman, I just want to shortcut to get to the bottom of it. Just to prove either of the two. To prove that this was a legitimate breaking story, that they had all the right as press, or that this was a hatchet job.
Okay, if I may interject.
Hindi po pwedeng-
Kasi, excuse me, Senator Alan, ako po'y manunulat din at broadcast at the same time. Tama kayo, bago kayo gumawa ng expose, dapat tinatawagan nyo muna yung gagawin nyo na excuse me, sir, excuse me. Dapat tatawagan nyo muna yung gagawin nyo na expose para doon sa pagsusulat nyo, nakabalas na. At doon, bahala na yung readers kung sinong paniniwalaan. Ang nangyari kasi, I myself have been a victim of that several times. Na in-expose muna, tapos saka mag-react, kumalat na the damage has been done. So, sa lahat ng taga-media dito, kung may mga kapanood ng mga taga-media, dapat make it a practice na before you do an expose on somebody, make sure makuha nyo yung side ng gagawin nyo na expose. Para masabi niya yung side niya, and then sabay nyo isusulat yon. Kasi ang nangyari, expose lang sa isang tao, todo ba na sa kanya, and then get the side later, which is wrong. That's a wrong practice sa pagka-media. I've been a media practitioner for 25 years, and I always do that. Never kung banat ako ng banat, tapos saka lulusog.
Thank you for that, Mr. Chairman. And siguro, we can take judicial notice that that's part of the ethics talaga ng ating journalist, di ba? Whether sa broadcast or sa
Print.
that yung pagbabalanse ng story, hindi pwedeng banat muna and then humingi ka after. Dapat sabay. Secondly, how you angle the story, of course, is up to you. Press freedom yan. But it could also be used, di ba, to send the wrong message kung PR ang gagawin natin. Di ba? But that's a second point. So, Mr. Alan Hernandez, let's clarify the facts before we go to your... Mr. Fernandez, tama ho ba kayo ang editor-in-chief o presidente? Anong posisyon niyo ho sa Tribune ngayon?
Ako po ang publisher.
Ikaw ang publisher. Sige, I'll go back to that later on. Mr. Hernandez, so when did you break that first story?
Okay.
President.
I broke the story on Saturday, September 23.
Okay. And that was more or less 3 weeks after Mr. Cato came out with the the expose.
Okay. But
Yeah. No, answer my questions muna. That was about 3 weeks after yung interview sa kanya. 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Kailan ang interview mo?
September 7.
September 7. And you were aware of the September 7 interview?
Yes, sir, because
Yeah.
I was the one who interviewed him.
Yeah,
with
and you
John.
told him you're going to write about it, but you never wrote about it for 2 weeks, di ba? No, yes or no lang. I mean, madali lang to eh. Mr. Willie, personal knowledge to ni Alan. So,
Yes.
please don't coach him.
Yes, I was never.
So- So,
I
after
never,
the interview, di ba, sinabihan mo si Mr. Cato na, sir, magandang storya to, susulat ko to. Hindi ba?
yes, Your Honor.
Oh, but you didn't write about it for 2 weeks.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, so, but you didn't think it was a legitimate story that hundreds of Filipinos were already being scammed?
Yes, I knew it was a
Yeah,
legitimate
so but you
story.
didn't write about it for 2 weeks. You waited na may lumabas na complainants. Then you angled the story again.
No, Your Honor, we did not wait.
So what did you do for 2 weeks?
We continued with our we continued with our.
Yeah, you never wrote about it.
I did not. I
Yeah,
was not
for 2
able to
weeks
write
you did not. Di ba? Oh, kasi sabi niyo public service to, Tribune is ganito, ganyan, but you never wrote about it for 2 weeks. So
because
when,
I
so when you finally so when you finally wrote about it, the story was not the scam. The scam was, what's the first one you wrote? You're holding it up. So go ahead, hold it up. Para lumaki yung circulation niyo. Ano yan? Over 400 Filipinos scammed in Italy. Tapos what did it say about Conjen Cato? Meron na dyan statement about him or wala?
in an early interview with Usapang OFW, Philippine Consul General to Milan, Elmer Cato, confirmed cases of Filipinos being recruited
Yeah.
illegally into the country.
So yan pa lang yung una. After 2 weeks, okay? So after 2 weeks, yan pa lang sinulat mo. Ano yung next na lumabas na banner din?
September 24 on Sunday.
Yeah,
Mega Racket Beard.
Sorry?
Yung Mega Racket Beard.
Yeah, okay. Then anong sinulat mo about Conjen Cato dyan?
Okay. No mention here, Your Honor.
No mention. Okay. Ano susunod dyan? In those 2 articles, did you try to get in contact na with Conjen? Hindi.
Yes, Your Honor.
And ano sagot niya? It's under investigation.
Okay.
Basically.
Yung first
I'm just quoting from the transcript kasi dinanan nyo na to last week eh.
Okay.
Diba?
I first reached out September 7, 6:19 p.m. For him to I was wanting to ask him for a second interview for Usaping OFW sa second episode to discuss the illegal recruitment issue.
Yeah.
So September 7, 6:19 p.m. And then I reached out again.
Yes, and basically ang
Pwede naman siguro, sabi niya.
Yeah,
7
but
p.m.
I read that na. So everyone knows that naman, di ba? So basically sumagot siya na baka pwede pero I cannot reveal what's under investigation, di ba?
Nakalagay dun sa, am I allowed to
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So, like, he mentioned those things off the record, so I
Yes.
wasn't able to write about it.
Yes, yes. So kaya nga, so ibig sabihin in touch kayo,
Yes, yes.
okay pa niyan. So after
Yes.
2 weeks saka mo sinulat, nung sinulat mo maganda, you had information, you were asking him for a second interview,
Yes.
hindi niya mabigay because he was telling you nga off the record under investigation, hindi ako pwede magpa-interview. Okay, so what's the next headline? I'll make my point soon, Mr. Chairman. I'll show you my point when we get to that headline
Senator
that's
Alan
hitting
Peter,
him.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Monday.
But more or less, ano yung When did you start hitting, when did the banner start being negative kay Conjen Cato? Ano yung first niyong ganun? Take note, walang masama. If he did something bad, you should expose it. Anyone can assist Mr. Hernandez, hindi man to personal knowledge, ano naman to. Yeah, please. Mr. Chairman, may he, okay lang po ba?
Comsec,
Yeah.
can we put him on the road?
Assist lang just for the narrative lang.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Sorry. Mr.
What you state your name?
Wait po. Please state your name again, please, sir.
I'm John Dodson. I'm an associate editor of Daily Tribune.
Do you swear to tell the truth,
Yes.
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this investigation?
Yes. So help me
Thank
God.
Yeah.
For the record, Your
Yes, sir.
Honor, thank you. I'm John Henry Dodson.
Yes.
I'm an
Welcome, sir.
associate editor of Daily Tribune. And I personally edited some of the stories,
Okay.
but not all.
Okay. So when was the next headline na it started to be negative kay Conjen?
I would not want to praise it as being negative, Your Honor.
No, kasi before that, so yung unang tatlo was just about the scam and yung isa may quote lang sa kanya na ni-reveal niya. When did we, so ano bang nauna? Ito bang naunang recall or ito bang naunang yung may picture sa kanya na sinasabi baka kumita? Alin yung nauna doon? Help me out na para hindi na tayo
Yes,
paikot-ikot.
let me
Alam
just
niyo naman
check
kung ano
the
ibig ko
dates,
sabihin eh.
Alan.
Mm.
With regards to the dates, Alan can...
Yeah. So Mr. Alan, yun bang ano? Maganda pa naman pangalan mo.
So, Your Honor, we have a issue on September 27, Wednesday, where we had as our banner, Ties That Bind,
Okay.
Consulate Alpha Scam.
So
There.
you wrote that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. When did you call him na lalabas yan?
Okay.
Did you call him the day before? Did you call him the night before? Did you call him 2 days before?
No, I did not call it, sir.
Oh, so my point, Mr. Chairman. So siya nag-reveal, nakatatlong article na maganda, pero nung nakakuha ng juicy na sinasabing kasama siya sa scam, hindi man lang siya tinawagan, nilabas na nila, on page na nila. Ma'am, let me finish, Mr. Alan, kasi siya may personal knowledge nito eh. Okay, so what was the next one?
Okay, so we ran another story September 28, Thursday, with this banner headline.
Okay, and then what did you say there about Mr. Cato?
Okay, so in the caption, photos obtained by the Tribune shows Philippine Embassy to Italy Consul General Elmer Cato with Alpha assistants sa co-CEOs, Crisel Respicio and Frederick Dotaro.
Okay, so and did you again ask Elmer Cato?
No.
Okay, no again, no. So second time na inupakan nyo, you don't even ask him come. Okay. Thirdly, if you read those two newspapers, does it simply say na magkatabi sa picture or it gives you an impression na magka-close and magkakuntsaba sila? Magkaiba kasi yun eh. If you show me with a picture with President Pinoy, President Duterte, President Ramos, and say nothing, then the picture speaks for itself. But if you show me, halimbawa, a picture with Hitler and then say killers together, then it gives the impression to people na killer din ako, di ba?
So we merely stated in the caption, Your Honor, that there was a photo obtained by the Daily Tribune that shows Consul General Elmer Cato with the Alpha assistant
So,
co-CEO.
again, hindi tayo pinanganak kahapon. So you reported twice na may scam, na ito ang possible may scam, and then, wow, news, may picture yung Conjen na meron nun. Can the Conjen choose kung kanino siya magpapapicture sa 100,000 Pilipino sa Milan?
Your Honor.
Hindi, di ba? Oh, so you do not think that it was worth a comment? So I'll ask my last question so that I can give up my time.
For me, wala akong nakikita masama kung ipopost nila yung picture ni
Yeah, I agree,
Cato
Mr. Chair.
with the owners of Alpha, was it Alpha?
Yes.
Licencia, as long as tama yung caption.
Yes, as long as tama yung caption, Mr. Chair. Pero pag pinapalabas na magkakuntsaba, and then hindi man lang siya hiningan ng comment. That's what I'm trying
I didn't
to
see that article. Anong nakalagay po doon sa article na yun with the photos of Mr. Cato and the owners of
The
owners
first one,
of,
the first one.
Piazza? What did the
ties
caption
that
say?
bind.
So the context of this article, Your Honor, was that Alpha Assistenza sponsored the Independence Day celebration in Milan. And we also got from one of our sources a photo that Crisel was supposedly showing to what would be victims, that in the caption of the photo, nakalagay doon, nandito tatay ko. This was the particular picture was the one in sa car with the sa car photo.
Okay, Mr. Cato, totoo ba na in-sponsor po ng Alpha Assistenza yung affair ng
The
opisina nyo?
Mr. Chair, the celebration of
Independence Day
the celebration of the 125th anniversary of Philippine independence was sponsored by a number of companies. Alpha Assistenza was just one. And
So tama yon.
it was the Kalayaan Organizing Committee of the Filipino community that was responsible.
Okay, so tama yon na isa sa mga sponsor.
Isa lang po,
ng Alpha
hindi po siya
Assistenza.
yung main sponsor, isa lang po siya sa maraming sponsors.
Mr. Chairman, I was actually going to go to that.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Senator.
So, Mr. Alan Hernandez, nung sinabing siya nag-sponsor nandun sa picture, di ba? Tinanong mo ba kung sino pa yung ibang sponsors? Tinanong mo ba kung sino ang nag-a-approve ng sponsors?
No, Your Honor.
As to today, do you know who approves the sponsors?
No, Your Honor.
It's the NGO in Italy, it's not the Congen who approves the sponsors. Di ba? So, is that a practice ng journalist na hindi magtanong? You will just assume?
We were constantly reaching out to
So,
Conjen Cato.
no, you just admitted to me that before that you didn't reach out eh. Bumalik ka na, you reached out after na. Ma'am, please don't coach him. You're pointing to the paper, then kukunin niya yung paper eh. We can review the video eh. Pabayaan niyo siya magsalita. No, magaling ang mga alan. Kaya nilang magsalita ng sarili nila.
So I submitted to the Senate our exchange dun sa message.
Yeah, but you've been telling me nga eh, na until those two articles na sinimulan mo na i-paint siya na nasa bulsa nung scammer, hindi mo siya tinatanong. And hindi lang naman siya source mo, di ba? Pwede kang tumawag sa DFA, pwede kang tumawag sa mga NGO sa Milan, pwede kang mag-check, di ba? Tinanong kita eh, hindi ka nag-check. So, ibig sabihin, pag hindi ka nag-check, may gusto ka ng storya. Di ba? Oh, yes or no? Gusto mo na yung storya na yun eh.
No,
Then why didn't you ask
yeah,
questions
well,
first?
Well, of course, before I write the story and then I confirm it by editors before we publish it.
Your editor is another question. So kung palpak sila na hindi nila tinanong ikaw, kasi kung ako editor mo, yun ang una kong tatanungin sa'yo, I'll go to you, sir. I'll go to you later. But he just admitted in front of you na hindi siya nagtatanong, hindi siya humingi, tapos tuloy-tuloy yung ganito. This is Department of Foreign Affairs, ha? Hindi si Elmer Cato pinag-uusapan natin dito. Ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, mukha ng Pilipinas sa ibang bansa. Okay, last two questions sa'yo, das I have a question for Mr. Fernandez again. Alan, sino ang top guy natin sa Italy? Oh, it's the ambassador. So, can you repeat your answer? You have no idea. Okay, I'm informing you now, it's the ambassador. The Congen is under the ambassador. Okay? So, did you think of calling the ambassador? No, don't look
sorry.
at your editors, etc. Ikaw ang tinatanong ko eh.
So when I was writing it, I was not able to reach out to the ambassador, Your Honor.
Yeah. And kung merong scam, and meron ambassador sa bansa na yon, ang in charge dito hindi yung Congen. Kaya ako galit sa DFA. Ang hilig nyo maglaglag ng kasama nyo eh. Kahit nung nandun ako, ganun eh. Pagka negative yung report, pagka kabatch, pagtatakpan. Pagka hindi ka kabatch, ilalaglag na. Takot masyado sa media. Hayuan nyo naman pag tama yung mga tao nyo. Diba? Can you imagine, may storya kang ganito kalaki, hindi man lang tinawagan yung ambassador. So, dito sa Senate, kung may problema sa mga senador, okay na sa'yo kausapin yung Sergeant at Arms. No. So, kung may problema kay Alan Cayetano, okay lang sa'yo, Chief of Staff ko na lang kausapin mo. Hindi mo ako tatanungin. Hindi, ganun ang ginawa nyo sa Italy. Yeah, so, can I wrap up, Mr. President? Can I ask, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Willie Fernandez muna before... Yeah. Sir, question lang ha, just to clear the air, and I don't like talking behind people's back. So do you have any interest in recruitment?
And Your Honor.
Did you or any of your relatives have
None, Your
recruitment?
Honor.
Wala. Okay. So just so that clear, ha? You don't have any interest in Italy.
I have not visited Italy for
Okay.
the last 20 years.
Yeah. So ako harapan kasi ako magtanong para diretso. Okay, but you do run a PR company.
That's right, Your Honor.
Yeah. So you are a PR, public relations
Yes, Your Honor.
practitioner. Yes. So wala bang conflict na ikaw ay PR and then ikaw ay publisher?
Sir.
No, no.
Nung
Answer my question.
Nung ako ay naging publisher or presidente ko actually, no? Ako po'y huminto ng PR. Pag may lumalapit sa akin pa-PR, ang ginagawa ko, kinukuha ko dokumento, pinapublish namin free of charge.
So when was this, sir? When did you stop being a PR?
More than 5 years ago.
That's not true because during Duterte's time, I know for a fact you were active as a PR. So you were a PR while you were a publisher. I know for a fact.
No. I was not a PR, sir. I was just like when you run for the vice presidency, I was helping you. I was helping the Duterte administration.
Yes,
But
as a
that's
PR.
not
As a PR.
no, sir, because I never get
No,
paid for that.
you would say hindi ikaw ang magaling sumulat pero magaling sumulat wife mo, and then you can what you can do is may kilala ka sa ibang papers at ilalabas mo ito. That's how you were helping. 'Di ba? You're not a policy guy, you're not a political guy, you're a PR. Diba? No, ikaw nag-bring up, hindi ako eh. Sabi mo, tinulungan mo ako nung vice president ako.
Yes,
Kasama din tayo sa Villar campaign. Kaya tinanong kita, sabi mo kasi 5 years. So sabi ko kung 5 years, mukhang mali. Kasi wala pang 2 years si President Bongbong eh. Di ba?
Okay.
Nung speaker ako, nagpi-PR ka na eh. Marami kang kliyenteng PR eh. Di ba
Sir.
the former speaker was also your client?
He was never my client.
Tinutulungan mo lang?
No, sir. I was just for kung ano tama.
Okay.
Kasi magkakaibigan tayo.
Yes.
Mas kaibigan ko kayo kaysa kay former speaker.
Yes.
Pero ako bilang tayo nananalangin ng sabay, gusto ko lang, kung may pinirmahan gentleman's agreement, let us be gentlemen. That's all. Nothing personal.
Very good. At least ngayon may prinsipyo ka na.
Dati naman eh.
Oh, dati naman. Oh, sige. So, let's go back to
Dati
the
naman,
issue.
Your Honor.
Let's go to the issue. The issue
Yes, sir.
is, hindi ka pwedeng publisher at PR din because may conflict yon. And you were telling me under oath na hindi ka PR. Pero I know for a fact nagpi-PR ka during that time. Ma'am, wag na kayo mag-coach. Alam ko naman kayo ang brains behind the outfit eh. Pero you don't have to, your husband can stand for himself. Kita mo, ang daming gustong sabihin eh. Di ba? No, the reason, so answer this question.
Oh.
When you called and berated Conjen Cato, pinagalitan mo siya, di ba? Sabi mo, hindi siya sumasagot.
That's not berating.
Is it-
Because he said, Your Honor, let me
Yeah.
correct. I did
Okay,
not
go ahead
berate him.
po.
In fact, the records would show
No, kayo na po magkwento, wag
Yeah.
na yung record. So, tinawagan niyo siya.
umabot ng 17 o 19 minuto. 19 minutes.
Yes, kasi magkakilala kayo.
Magkakilala kami.
Pero
Tapos
anong
sabi
tono
ko-
niyo sa kanya?
Ang sabi ko sa
Anong
kanya,
tono niyo sa kanya, sir?
pare, sabi kong ganyan, bakit ka naman hindi sumasagot?
Oh, ano sagot niya sa iyo?
Sabi niya,
Sumasagot siya.
Hindi, wala akong natatanggap.
Natawag. Oo.
Sabi ko, pare, mayroong problema dito. Tapos meron kami mga bantering of some sort. Kaibigan ko siya. Nagkita nga kami ngayon. Sabi ko, oy pare, mahal pa rin kita. Magkakaibigan tayo because I always remember
No,
the
but
good things together.
You have a weird way of loving people eh. Tinitira mo yung mga taong mahal mo eh.
That's not
No, that's true. That happened to Lauren Legarda. That happened to me.
I
That happened to many of your friends.
There, I beg to disagree.
No.
It was not I who
Let's not go
iniyak
there.
tumira kay
Let's
Lauren
not go there.
Legarda.
I was just reacting to you. You're under oath. Alam
Yes,
natin
sir.
yan.
No.
You're under oath, Mr. Chair. Wag natin ilihis yung issue. Ang issue dito kasi, was this a PR job? Was this a hatchet job nung Tribune na imbis na nakatulong na masolve natin tong scam na to, ay ang nangyari, kasi hindi naman si Elmer Cato issue dito eh. Yung issue dito, yung 100,000 dolyar at mas importante, yung daan-daan Pilipino. Di ba?
Let me answer.
So kung let me finish. So kung sunod-sunod yung articles natin at binanatan, I don't mind. Dapat binanatan nyo pa ang kung sino OIC ng DMW, binanatan nyo. Kung sino ang Foreign Affairs, binanatan nyo yung ambassador, binanatan nyo lahat. I don't care. Banatan nyo si Cato, okay. Pero nag-target kayo ng isa lang eh. And then halatang-halata sa banner nyo, ang nakalagay sa banner nyo, recall. So gusto nyo yung alisin. That's why I'm asking you, sir, let's stick to the issue. Are you a PR practitioner or are you publisher? Are you both?
No, sir, because
No, what?
yung
Please
lumabas
clarify,
po.
sir.
No, yung lumabas po.
No, sir, that's
sa
not my
Daily
question.
Tribune,
Please answer my question. My question is, are you a practicing PR?
I am not because I'm
Not.
the president of a
Yes.
newspaper.
Now,
Maalala, sir.
now, sir, now.
Yes, sir.
But you said for the past 5 years, and I know for a fact you were practicing during Duterte's time as a PR. You were offering yourself as a PR. You were telling people, pwede ka maglabas ng mga storya.
Sir, that's not true. Hindi po ako nag-o-offer ng serbisyo ko. Sila po ang lumalapit sa akin in all humility.
Okay. Then thank you, Mr. Chair. Inamin din niya. Ang kaibahan lang, hindi niya in-offer, siya ang nilalapitan. But that's, so I'll stop there, Mr. Chair. This is my point, Mr. Chair. Mahaba pa, marami pa. If I can just close one question with DFA
Okay,
and
one
DFA,
last
then
question.
tapos na po. Last question.
One last question.
So, guys, nandito na tayo ngayon. So, question, pag nangyari to sa ibang bansa, do we still need the authority of the higher-ups to get a lawyer? Or papayagan nyo na yung ambassador to get a lawyer right away? Kasi marami sa ito, hindi na nagkaganito. Diba? Even yung even itong sila Miss Apple and everyone else, again, did not mean to offend. Kung may abogado na sila, then hindi kailangan yung labor attaché or yung taga DMW or yung conjen ang humaharap parate. Kasi remember, hindi Pilipinas to eh. It's in Italy. Limitado ang pwedeng diplomatic ang magagawa ng embassy and then labor to labor yung DMW. Pag criminal, you need their lawyer. It's the same in Saudi, it's the same in Kuwait, it's the same in Hong Kong, it's the same all over the world. So that's my question. With all of this, have you revised again?
Okay. Pwede
Or
mo
ngayon,
Senator Alan.
Go ahead po.
Ito lang yung mensahe ko sa DFA. I've been listening dun sa argumento ni Senator Alan Cayetano back and forth with Tribune people. Binabanatan yung tauhan ninyo. Wala man lang ni isa sa inyo tumawag sa kanya na, hoy, sagutin mo itong mga banat laban sa iyo. And then inimbestigahan nyo sana yung pagkatao niya kung tama yung allegations against him. Tapos sa paggawa nyo yung investigasyon, wala kayong nakitang basihan, then you should have written a letter sa Tribune. Did you do that? Did you wrote Tribune a letter para sabihin na inimbestigahan based on the article we read in the Tribune, so and date, ito yung investigation namin, ito yung result, tapos padala nyo sa Tribune para masulat din ang side, not only the side of Mr. Cato, but the side of the DFA as a whole. Hindi yung keep quiet lang kayo, parang pinapayagan yung banatan to ng banatan, tahimik ng palakad ng tahimik.
Maaari po akong magsalita, Senator.
Magsalita na po kayo.
Ang pangalan ko po ay si Tony Morales.
Alam na po namin.
Undersecretary po sa Administration po. So lahat ng bagay na may kinalaman sa mga pagkakamali, pagkukulang, paglabag sa batas ng sinumang tauhan ng Department of Foreign Affairs ay sa amin pong opisina bumabagsak. Para lang po linawin, hindi po kami natulog sa kaso ni Conjen Cato. Nang nalaman po namin ang mga balita pa lamang kahit na...
So nabasa niyo po yung mga article against him?
Nabasa po namin.
Ilang articles po nabasa niyo against him?
Hindi ko po nabasa lahat.
Okay. So what did you do immediately after?
Meron po kaming Office of Public and Cultural Diplomacy. Sila po ang sumagot at sinabi po na...
Sumagot saan po? Sumagot sa Tribune?
Sa isa pong pagpupulong sa isang press conference.
No, what I'm trying to say, sir, is sumulat ba kayo sa Tribune para ibigay yung side ng DFA o delicate side ni Mr. Cato para sabihin na para sa kaalaman nyo, Daily Tribune, kami po yung nag-imbestiga at base sa aming pag-imbestiga, ito po ang aming napatunayan o nakita at aming na tanto na may mali po sa inyong pagsusulat. Something like that na dapat ginawa nyo, sinulatan nyo ang Tribune.
Sa kasalukuyan po, hindi po namin sila nasulatan sapagkat nagsasagawa po kami ng masusing investigasyon bago po natin.
Gaano katagal ng series? How long? Ilang buwan?
Your Chair, we started writing about it September.
September, and then kailan po natapos? Ilang series po ito?
Kasi continuing yung case, Your Chair.
September, so hanggang kailan po? September 20?
Siguro mga hanggang January.
September, October, November, December, January.
2024.
So 4 months ito sinusulat. Sa loob ng 4 months, hindi ka nakapag-imbestiga? Para malaman nyo kung totoo. Kasi kung totoo, sibakin nyo na agad. Ano pang hinihintay nyo?
Actually po, noong...
No, sir. 4 months na siya sinusulat. Ngayon, mag-iimbestiga kayo bilang nakakataas. Under siya sa inyo eh. So doon sa 4 na buwan, dapat meron na kayong ginawang aksyon based doon sa inyong ginagawang investigation. So kung kinakailangan siya sibakin. Kasi tama nga si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano na hindi lamang si Cato dito ang nalalagay sa alanganin, kundi yung imahen ng DFA and then the Philippines as a whole doon sa mga taga-Italy.
Maaari ko pong sabihin lamang yung mga ginawa namin para malinaw po. Noong October 14, Katulad po ng paraan ng ginagamit ninyo na pag may reklamo, hindi naman natin pinakikinggan lang yung nagreklamo, hinihingi din natin ang panig nung nireklamo. Parehas po tayo, we afford due process to the person being accused. So on October 14, 2023, we formally requested, this is like a motu proprio investigation po, because there is no sworn affidavit, no written complaint against Conjen Cato. So we started our administrative investigation by formally requesting him to comment and explain the accusations against him.
What did he do?
He wrote a reply. We also considered the report of Undersecretary De Vega, who visited Milan and interviewed people there and conducted an inquiry. He made a reply, and according to our Human Resource Management Office, there was no prima facie administrative case that could be filed against him.
So in short,
Mr.
may kasalanan. Sorry.
Yes,
So
yes,
in short, sa inyong ginawang investigasyon, may kasalanan siya o wala? Yes or no lang po? Yes or no?
Sa amin pong ginawang
Yes or no lang po?
Opo. Wala pong ebidensya na nagsasabing
Good.
nagkasala
Kailan niyo
siya.
po na-find out na walang ebidensya na siya ay sangkot sa katiwalian? When? What date?
Noong pong December, just to be
December ano po?
December 18, 2023.
Okay, December 18, 2023. After that, hindi niyo sinulatan ng Tribune para ipadala yung result ng inyong investigation to clear him? At kung siya talaga may kasalanan, sibakin niyo agad. Diba? Ganun ang sabi kanina pa. So, hindi kayo sumulat sa Tribune para i-correct yung mga expose or kahit man lang wag na i-correct para sabihin na umaksyon kami, inimbestigahan namin, tauhan namin, and this is what we find out.
Ang ginawa po namin, tama po kayo, hindi po kami sumulat sa Tribune, pero binigyan po namin ng paalaala si Conjen Cato na wag na makipag-ugnayan sa anumang patronato. Yun po ang aming ginawang hakbang at binigyan din po namin ng paalala ang konsulado na wag nang maggawa ng anumang statement na magdadawit sa konsulado sa anumang
Sir,
patronato.
tama, wala tayong issue dyan. In fact, meron akong kopya dito na sinabi nyo, disassociate doon sa mga patronato. Totoo yung pinagsabi nyo. Ang point ko rito, tulad sinasabi ni Senator Cayetano, kung yung tao ninyo ay may kasalanan, sibakin agad-agad, ihagi sa bintana. Di ba? Pero kung wala namang kasalanan sa inyong ginawang investigasyon, then sulatan nyo yung source ng mga allegation against the DFA kasi tatamaan din DFA dito para sabihin yung side ng tao ninyo.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Senator.
di po bang matanong kay Yusek Morales or kahit kay Yusek De Vega, kailan po ba nag-report si Conjen Cato sa Home Office na may mga scam na nangyayari?
Yes. August 31 was the first report po.
August 31. Kasi naalala ko po kanina, sinabi ni Conjen, una na silang nakatatanggap ng mga bali-balita tungkol sa Alpha Assistenza, February. So bakit umabot ng ilang buwan bago at least mag-report sa Home Office? Even if ang unang actual complainant ay lumapit lang nung July, kaya na-aksyonan na nung August. Pero between February na unang nakatanggap ng reports ng scam or reklamo, particular sa Alpha, bakit sa August lamang na i-report sa Home Office? That's still 5 months, almost half a year, Yusek.
This is more a question to be answered by Conjen Cato. But isang dahilan po kasi, nung nag-inform siya August 31, meron din request to hire a lawyer. By the way, may I take this opportunity to thank Senator Cayetano for one important thing. Siya yung dahilan kaya may ATN fund kami na 1 billion at saka 200 million actually, yung legal assistance fund. So, may I continue? Nung August 31, may tinanong si Senator Cayetano bakit tumagal ang hiring ng lawyer. Nobody was remiss here. Ang nangyari po, ang question na lang, yung quotations. The Secretary of Foreign Affairs has to approve kung mag-hire ng, a decision to hire a lawyer, pwedeng gawin ng head of post. Pero yung gastos kailangan i-approve ng Secretary of Foreign Affairs. And he sent quotations on October 19. But it was decided based on my meeting there with the Filipinos that the Filipinos must pick their lawyer. Kasi ang dami niyang binigay ng quotation kung sino-sino para walang controversy na naman. Silang pumili at pinili nila si Attorney Bruno De Blasi. Once napili nila, end of October, meron ng approval. No? So, back to the original question. So, hindi po late. Talagang...
Mr. Chair,
yes.
just because yan ang tanong ko,
Yeah.
Madam. Let me premise this question muna, this respond sa'yo, no? Ed, alam mo naman para kitang kapatid. Ikaw din, Tony, both si Yusek Kakdak and si Yusek Olalia ay mga alamat na sa labor. I respect all of you. But ang point ko nga dito is, we're not pointing finger who delayed, etc. Sinasabi ko nga, may problema sa sistema. Kasi kung August ni request, November nagka-abogado. That's why I was asking, how do we fix the system? No, meaning, do you allow the ambassador na nakumuha? Kasi we can give all kinds of reasons. May bidding, may ano, etc. Diba? But that's why nga binago natin yung guidelines before. Because yun ang reklamo ng mga taga-Saudi na kailangan mahuli muna sila ng police before they can have a lawyer. So it was no one's fault, Mr. Chairman. Pero isipin mo, Mr. Chairman, yung dating guidelines, kahit na hinuli ka na, pag wala ka pang kaso, hindi ka pa pwedeng kumuha ng abogado ang DFA. Rules natin yon, hindi rules ng kabilang bansa. So binago natin. So ang sinasabi ko, Yusek Ed, ngayon na alam na natin, di ba? Dapat baguhin. Number 2, and speaking from someone who loves the DFA, yun nga ang problema natin eh. Pag binaba natin ng media or even social media, ang ano kaagad natin is to, kasi we're diplomats eh, di ba? You're not, even if you're a lawyer, we're not day-to-day litigators. We're not made to face the tulfos of this world. Di ba? Totoo boss. The DFA are made to face the eccentric people of this world who wants to blow up this world. We are made to go with them, sit with them, talk to them, find common points, push for the Philippine interest, etc., etc. Sanay kami na kami ang sinisigawan, kami tama na sinisigawan pa rin, di ba? Pero hindi kami sanay na haharapin ang media, di ba? That's why when you had a former senator and a politician as a secretary, that's why I chose Elmer. Hindi ko kilala si Elmer. Because Elmer, Mr. Chair, used to be sa, anong diaryo mo nga pala? Sorry? Sa?
Daily Globe and Today newspaper.
And his editor was Teddy Boy Locsin. So I consulted with Tito Teddy Boy and him. That's why sabi ko, Elmer, turuan natin sila. Hindi pwedeng hindi tayo sumagot, pero hindi pwedeng guilty naman kaagad yung mga taga-DFA. And let me stop by this, no? In all of this, where is the ambassador? I'm not saying may fault siya, ha? No, but katulad nitong scam na to, is it still being handled by the Congen? You know, when you're under attack, ano ba turo sa atin lawyers? Di ba, a lawyer who has himself as a lawyer is a fool. So as soon as under attack ka, kunin na sa'yo nung iba para maayos yon. So ang naging solusyon nyo, Tony, wag mag-interact sa patronato eh. Mali yun eh. Dapat, ang sinabi nyo, yung ambassador ang mag-react sa patronato. Bakit? Ang patronato is not fixers. They're a legitimate, accepted in Italy as an NGO na tagalakad ng labor concerns. Ang problema sa iba nating kababayan, ginawang patron, ginawang padrinato, hindi patronato. Di ba? So by telling Elmer not to engage, and then hindi nyo sinabi sa ambassador, sige, ikaw mag-engage, marami pa rin tayong kababayan ngayon na nasa patronato, di ba? Tapos hindi sila makakuha ng advice sa atin. Because the patronato are not fixers. They're recognized by the Italian government. They're promoted by the Italian government. Talagang naglalakad ng papeles doon. Ang problema, ginawang scam ng iba nating kababayan. Di ba? Oh, so anyway, Mr. Chair, kuha niyo po yung point ko. So sa akin, nandun na nga ako sa what do we learn from this and how do we address it now? We cannot address that now by just saying walang mali dito sa pagkuha ng abogado. So if something happens tomorrow in Russia or in Shanghai or in places na hindi clear ang labor agreement natin, how long before they can hire a lawyer? I'd like to say at the longest 72 hours, di ba? I mean, you know, the only person I like better than Ed De Vega is his wife because she doesn't sleep. She's 24 hours. Kung may kailangan na ipa-approve sa secretary na quote or whatever, she will tell me, sir, if you don't approve this, I will approve it kasi hindi pwede maghintay yung post, di ba? So, but we cannot have tests everywhere. So we have to have that system na kung kailangan yung abogado, magawa ka agad, di ba? To the point of Senator Risa, kung February pa to nag-start, etc., mas madali itong i-trace kung yung sistema natin is based on a 24, 72, or at least a week's time. Pero kung months tayo, talagang magtuturuan talaga. Ako mismo, masyasya kung totoong Senator Risa na February pa lang, di ba? Yeah, yes. Having said that, in a place that you have 100,000 Filipinos, that can be Hong Kong, that can be, I don't know, Macau, kung I think smaller, but Saudi, Italy, maraming chismis dyan. And usually, yung competitor, tinitira din yung kabila. So they could be both scammers, pwedeng hindi. But thank you for the time, Mr. Chair. I'll stop here.
Okay, Senator Rizzo.
Oo, Mr. Chair, syempre hindi naman tayo pwedeng matigil dun sa this was no one's fault. It was, whether it was the system's fault, it was someone's fault, singular or plural, kasi nagka-problema at nagkaka-problema yung mga victim survivors natin na sentro ng ating mga resolusyon. So before I go to yung mga tanong ko pa directly tungkol sa Alpha Assistenza, I think Mr. Chair nandito po si Crizel Respecio, tama po ba? Online?
Is Crisel Respecio here?
Tama po ba?
Comsec?
Yes,
She's
sir.
online?
So nandyan po siya. So bago po yung mga tanong tungkol sa Alpha Assistenza, Mr. Chair, listening to the recent exchanges, gusto ko lang po sabihin na tayo pong lahat na hinalal at pinagkakatiwalaan ng taong bayan para maglingkod. At gusto kong bigyang diin na tayo dapat nagtatanggol sa mga inaapi at naaagrabyado at inaabuso, particular dito sa ating pagdinig, yung ating mga OFWs, ang mga opisyal ng ating pamahalaan, hindi lang tayo mga hinalal, pati yung mga appointed, dapat nagsisilbi at pinagkakatiwalaan ng taong bayan at ng mga OFWs. Kaya kung tayo man ay binabatikos at hindi po kami stranger dyan, kung tayo po'y binabatikos, pinupuna, ito po'y kasama sa ating mga obligasyon. At wag po natin gagamitin ang ating posisyon at kapangyarihan para po sa ating sarili. Wag po nating ililihis yung issue ng pang-aabuso sa ating mga kababayang OFW. Sila po yung biktima, sila po ang dapat na kinakatigan ng batas para makamit ang hustisya. Wag po natin sana silang takutin, lalo na tayong mga nasa posisyon. At sa mga kababayan natin mga OFWs, lalo na sa mga naging biktima ng Alpha Assistenza na iniimbestigahan ng mga resolusyon namin ni Chair Raffy at ng iba pang scammers, well, ako po'y kasama ninyo, kami po'y kasama ninyo para makamit ang hustisya. No? Trabaho namin maglingkod ng tapat sa inyo at kaya wag po kayong matatakot na ipagtanggol din ang inyong karapatan.